Today we are looking at a gameplay between Andrew Tate and a chess master. This game is absolutely mind-blowing, and at the end it gets insane. And what makes this game absolutely crazy is that in the same day Andrew would defeat two chess masters, and this is the first one. And in this game Andrew was rated 1648 and his opponent, the national master from Panama, is rated 1635. Now the reason why his rating is so low is just due to the fact that he probably doesn't play much online chess. And this was a 5-minute game played on chess.com. Let's go. Tate's opponent opens up with the move e4. Andrew goes e5, knight f3, knight c6, and after bishop b5, this chess opening is known as the Ruy Lopez, a very common opening at the higher echelons of chess. And Andrew combats this opening by playing the move d6, which is known as the Steinitz variation of the Ruy Lopez. White typically goes d4, however, we see an extremely popular move. We see c3. And since there is a pin here, this knight can no longer move as there is a pin. Andrew breaks this pin with the move bishop d7. h3 is played and now a6. So Andrew just questioning this bishop, asking it a question. Where are you going? The most typical move is bishop a4. Instead, we see bishop d3. And after bishop d3, this position has never been reached again. Andrew continues bishop e7. And since this bishop is blocking this d pawn, his opponent just slides it back in a national master style. Knight f6 and d3. Both players get their king to safety, castles and castles. And here Andrew has developed all these pieces. He's got his knights and bishops into the game. Now it's time to come up with a plan. And Andrew kickstarts that plan by playing the move d5, breaking away at the center. His opponent goes queen e2, just keeping the tension here. And Andrew advances this pawn, completely just thrusting up his opponent's position. Knight b to d2 and bishop c5. And in the Ruy Lopez, we see kind of lots of these slow maneuvering moves. However, the game is going to blast off real soon. The national master goes rook e1, and here Tate plays his first interesting move. He goes knight h5 with dreams of hopping on the f4 square. However, white has an extremely strong move here, which is to go knight b3, and now there's some serious pressure on the center. This wasn't played, by the way. So instead of going knight b3, his opponent goes knight f1, and the idea is that once his knight has gone, this bishop occupies the f4 square. So knight f4 isn't really too good. Tate just continues queen e7 and now a3. Rook a to e8 and Tate's opponent goes king h2. Andrew finally has had enough of all this slow maneuvering stuff and he opens up the game with the move f5. Bang! This pawn on f5 was taken. We see ef5 and not even taken with the bishop, just taken with the rook, even more savage. White tries to trade off some pieces by placing the knight on the g3 square, but now on knight g3 and takes, and here Tate goes rook h5, putting some pressure on this pawn here. And now Tate's opponent tries to get all Einstein mode on him and he goes knight d4. Try work out why this move doesn't work. I'm going to give you a bit of time. Just try work out why this move does not work. So the move here for black is to simply take this knight with the pawn, because after Tate's opponent takes this rook, well, now this rook falls. Now Tate's opponent can take this bishop. He is up one piece of material. However, Andrew has a way more active position. And here Tate should continue with a move like bishop e6. Instead, he plays the move rook e2, which fails monumentally to the move bishop e3. Let me quickly show you. So the move bishop e3 could have been played here, and now notice this queen has nowhere to go, literally nowhere, unless it takes this seemingly innocent free rook. But now this bishop slides to the b3 square and check, and king h8 is completely forced, but now queen f2 is checkmate. So there was a forced checkmate there. So going back a bit to bishop e3, that would have been a KO. After rook e2, bishop e3, lights out. This is literally a bear trap. You know, they catch grizzlies with this. So let me go back a bit. Rook e2 was played, bishop e3, lights out. Instead, Tate's opponent goes queen d5, check. And after bishop e6, queen h5, looking at maybe some queen e8 checkmates. So Tate blocks this with the move bishop f7, but after queen f5. Now Andrew has a strong position because he can simply just win this free bishop, and he does. He takes this free bishop, and now Tate is up 2 pieces on material. And after rook c2, the time situation is that Tate has 2 minutes 37 seconds on the clock, and his opponent has 2 minutes 29 seconds. Andrew's opponent tries to fire a bullet at him with the move queen c8. Tate stands unfazed and goes queen e8, blocking it. And after queen b7 and knight e5, now Tate is up 1 piece of material. The thing is, the hardest games to win in chess are the games that are already won. cd4 is played, but now knight d3. Bishop f4, Tate exchanges this bishop. gf4, and now h6. We see b4, queen e2, but now rook b1. c6 is played by Tate. We now see rook g1, and now bishop d5. We see the idea of this move c6. Queen c8, king h7. We see a series of checks here. We see just a couple repeated moves. Queen c8, and now king f7. And after queen d7, Tate here should just play a move like king f6 and just run away with the king. Instead, he plays the move queen e7, blocking it. Try pause the video now and work out a tactical sequence Tate's opponent could play to actually win the game. So if you did pause the video, the move is queen f5 check, checking this king and picking up this rook. So queen f5, absolute KO. Good thing for Tate, he dodges a bullet and his opponent goes not queen f5 but queen g4. We see queen e6 trying to initiate some exchanges, f5, but now queen d6. We see king h1, king g8, h4, and queen f6. King h2 is played, but after rook d2, king h3, and taking this pawn, here Tate's opponent forgets that his queen is under attack and goes rook e1. And to be honest, the rest of the game is a pretty simple mop-up. And after queen d4, king h3, and queen c3, his opponent in this position resigns. So Tate successfully beat another master. And if you enjoyed this video, I think you might enjoy this video. Thank you for your time and attention. Have a good day.